Okay, here we are.
Okay, guys, after some great difficulty, we are back to our old routine. Like, same thing happened last Sunday. So, who'll be better next week? We can try and promise that. I don't even know if we can.
We'll try, but it's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know how to figure this out.
Progress is it's always a work in progress, right? So today we are making one of our sneaky favorite recipes. We're going to be making zucchini pizza muffins. So there's
maybe you didn't see the YouTube title that I made behind your back. It's called No Bluffin Pizza Muffins.
Oh. So yeah, we're definitely not bluffing. We're making pizza muffins, and we're going to be using zucchini and coconut flour as the base.
This is looking good. Sound, is that everything good, guys?
Your mic's still plugged in. The mic.
That doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay, so right now, if you are cooking along, you have preheated your oven to 400 degrees, or you
We're
are
doing some time though.
you are about to. No, I know. I just want to get that preheated before we start cooking, at least.
What's these angles you got going here?
And we'll start in just a short bit.
Okay, so I also, guys, I think once we get these muffins in the oven, I have a leg of lamb being smoked right now.
It's 7 pounds.
It's about time for it to come in. It's been in there for, it's going to be about 4 hours when I take it out.
And then we're gonna finish it off in the oven.
Michael holds that cucumber like a pro, says Greg in the thumbnail.
Thank you. I've worked hard over the past several years.
You know what it's actually a zucchini, but we've tried the zucchini trick for the cat, or the cucumber trick.
Yeah, Miley's not really into it.
No.
She's like, why is that zook behind me? I'm trying to eat my food.
She uses terminology like that, too.
You know she does. She's a little gangsta.
Back to my question, what kind of laptop is that? I love your keyboard. Don't buy the laptop just for the keyboard. I actually can't figure out how to turn it off at night. It's a little annoying, but it's an MSI laptop.
It's a good keyboard, right? I mean, it's a good computer.
It's a good computer, so I can edit videos on it on the road. Help, guys, I've been doing keto for a couple minutes and I've only lost 1,000 pounds. What am I doing wrong? Do I need a carb up?
I love that question. No one's ever framed it like that. All right, hello on Facebook too. I will be reading the Facebook questions. Looks and sound good. Hello from Michigan. Love the English D shirt. Yes. Someone sent us these because they
248 Studios.
Matt was from Detroit. Yeah, 248 Studios. So
I think they have a shop in Detroit.
Check them out on IG. And if you're cooking along, let me know. I want to know if people are cooking along because that makes me happy. But if you're not, it's fine because I'm going to make the muffins anyway.
More people cook along than you think. I'm always like, there's probably like one loser out there doing this with us. But then on Instagram.
Or they cook them before or after and then they tag us,
Yeah, we probably get like 10 every time we do it, 10 to 15. Making mine buffalo chicken style.
Oh, yum. So we're going to do pizza again. So we got the pepperoni, we got the cheese, but this time we are going to do pesto in ours. So we love pesto and it's so high fat and delicious.
This is made with pine nuts.
Yeah. So I have to like look for one that's, you want it to be extra
Basil
virgin
pesto.
olive oil.
I like basil pesto the best.
Because a lot of them use sunflower oil or canola oil. So read the ingredients. This one uses olive oil.
This one uses pine nuts and sheep's milk cheese.
Yeah. So this is a good brand. It's Alessi basil pesto. And the recipe also calls for sun-dried tomatoes, which we're leaving out. But pesto is a good substitute. Roasted red peppers would be really good. You can really throw whatever you want in these bad boys because they're delicious.
Did you announce the recipe beforehand?
Yes, on Saturday on Instagram. And I just swipe up. Or are people saying that I didn't?
No, they're just asking.
Okay.
Your audience engagements and dedication are inspiring. What are your most and least favorite aspects of building your following?
most and least favorite aspects?
I think I don't have a least really. I guess it's the bigger our channel gets, the more I notice the people that are like, you should just eat real food. Like we
No.
get like
My
6 of
least
those
favorite-
comments on every video.
Yeah, my least favorite is when people critique my like form, and it's not like, okay, like if you want to critique my form, I'm all for it because I need to improve. I know that. We worked with a coach to help with that, but like link me a video or like tell me exactly how to do it instead of being like, bro, your form sucks. Because then Matt looks at your IG and he's like, don't worry, it's just a cat telling you this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not of someone who's bodybuilding.
Is the sound peaking, guys? Let me know.
Peeking. Got my Fat Bomb e-Bible today. Yeah, looking forward to trying out some recipes.
Yeah, if you guys haven't heard, we have a $10 ebook. It's 41 recipes. It's called the Fat Bomb Bible for sale on our website. You can check that out. And people talking about the egg loaf. So we actually did that, I think, 1 or 2 weeks ago, right?
Yes.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
The last time we had one, yes.
Yeah. So you can go back into our videos and find that live stream. We made the egg loaf.
Also, Keto Sam I Am on Instagram, that she's like the originator, so you can find the recipe on her IG.
Which social media do you tend to post on? Mostly Instagram and YouTube. That's pretty
But
much the
if you're
big
talking
two.
about the recipe, then just Instagram.
You should delete Facebook and go straight to YouTube and IG. Facebook is crashing and burning. Yeah, I think it's definitely home to like the 40 to 60 demographic. It's funny, I was just thinking about this the other day because I feel like the first social media the kids used was like MySpace, then Facebook, right?
Well, there was like Zanga.
Zynga was games, wasn't it?
No, it was a blog.
Zynga? Zynga's a game company.
How do you spell
Zynga.
it? Ours is X.
Oh. So
People would like post like really emotional, like crazy, unsafe stuff.
on Zynga?
Like I have a friend, and she talked about like, you know, death and cutting her wrist and like just like crazy stuff.
On Zynga?
Yeah, so there was like 13-year-old online diaries.
Okay.
So
Sounds
not
pretty
great.
intense.
Yeah.
And then, so now, like, kids our age don't really use Facebook as much. They use other ones. So now, like, I feel like maybe the 40 to 60-year-olds are going to follow the same trajectory, you know?
Too much time chit-chat and not getting to the point.
Are these on your website? Yeah, what do they search for to find these? Just zucchini pizza muffins?
Zucchini muffins.
Keto zucchini muffins. You should find it on
Keto
Google.
Connect.
Yeah.
Someone said, oh my God, Zanga.
Hey, don't hate on us old folks. Is the Fat Bomb Bible Project X? No, it's not.
No, we're still hard at work on Project X. Kind of. It's really hard, you know, when you're doing so much. You like to keep up with everything pace-wise.
Question, I bought your Fat Bomb Bible. I was wondering why lots of them say 0 carb when it has like 6 eggs in it. So say we use 6 eggs. I don't think anything uses 6 eggs. But say something uses 6 eggs and it makes 20 fat bombs. Then we would be rounding down to the 0. Do we do decimals in the Fat Bomb Bible or no? We did whole numbers for carbs? I
Yes.
think we did whole numbers. So that would be rounded down to 0.
So like 20 fat bombs divided by 6 eggs. Yeah, that'd be 0. Okay, I'll get started, guys. So got my medium zucchini. This is actually kind of large, on the larger side. I could probably use the whole thing, but 1 medium zucchini is what you want for this recipe. Should I list the recipe off or no?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, walk through the ingredients.
Okay, so my oven's preheating to 400 degrees. 1 medium zucchini, 2 large eggs, half a cup of cheese. So the recipe calls for half cheddar, half mozzarella, but like you can do whatever cheeses you want, just half a cup. 8 slices of pepperoni, and I'm gonna use the sandwich style pepperoni, like the big guys. You can tell compared to my head. 3 tablespoons of coconut flour, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, then oregano, dried oregano, garlic powder, salt, and black pepper. And so that's the actual ingredients for the muffins. And then roasted red peppers, if you want, sun-dried tomatoes if you want, but we're gonna do pesto also.
Oh yeah, I'm drinking a black cherry Zevia. It's my favorite flavor. Is it yours too?
Mine's the ginger ale. Okay, so I'm just gonna chop the head off, and I'm using this spiralizer we got.
Oh,
We've never used it before, but I'm gonna use this to spiralize my noodles. No, I grate them.
Yeah, you grate them. Why would you make them into noodles?
I don't know.
We have a new grater somewhere, don't we?
Yeah, grating is just so much
I'll
work.
grate it for you.
Okay,
The skin on this is so waxy.
I love it.
Stop drinking that crap and make fermented kombucha and water kefir. I don't know if you're saying that ironically or not, but I ain't got time for that. I'm smoking a lamb leg for 6 hours today, guys. I'm not making. I have actually in the past made kombucha though when I was a hippie living in San Francisco. It was pretty good. It just gets like a little annoying having the kombucha, just like you're living with a gooey thing that just like sits on your counter. I didn't like it. Where's the grater? I think it's down under here. You look awesome in green. Thank you. Are you the Green Hornet? Follow-up question? No, I'm not. Let me look for it. Here, take over.
It's right. Is it here?
Do you smoking hash sometimes?
Okay. Let me get to some Facebook ones as well. Are y'all from Michigan? I'm here in and Matthew is from Michigan. Dearborn, in fact.
Represent.
Cut off, yeah.
I don't even know what hash actually is. It's like a European thing.
So
isn't it?
Matt, we just got this. It's a big grater, so we're gonna grate this.
Yeah.
Small or big? Small. We're gonna use the small side. You could also use a hand grater, which is what I've used in the past. Where's Julius? He's right by my feet. Come here, bud. Come here. Oh, he just ran away.
There's a 98% chance when you're grating something you get a bloody knuckle from its
Dude,
sliding.
I've sliced my fingers so many times in the grater.
They need to make like little knuckle protectors that come with this thing.
They probably do. Hands, legs. $5 donation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yours and Keto Savage's help is awesome. Keto 4 weeks, lost 20 pounds. Keto for life. Nice. Congratulations. Do you guys make your own pre-workout still? No, I do not. Matt uses Sanctus Nutrition now, and if I need it, I'll use half a bottle of Zip Fizz.
Yeah, the Sanctus Nutrition pre-workout is identical to the pre-workout that we made by hand. So I just started buying that one. But sometimes I'll add a little something crazy into it. Sometimes I take ketones with it, like the exogenous ketones pre-workout. But yeah, I like the Sanctus Nutrition one.
Do you know what Rebel Ice Cream is launching? Actually, yeah, they messaged us. I think in 2 weeks they're launching. It's really good. I highly recommend it.
Is that enough?
Someone said, when the zucchini starts getting red, stop.
Good one.
Focal Force? Yeah, Sanctus Nutrition Focal Force,
Yeah,
right?
that's the only one they have.
And then they have one with caffeine and one without caffeine. Where can I get your cookbook? So the hardcover cookbook, Keto Made Easy, on Amazon and in like Barnes & Noble and Costco. The other one is ketoconnect.net/ or just do Keto Connect Fat Bomb Bible in Google and you'll find it.
This is the pre-workout. There's two of them. This one is caffeine free. So if I work out like in the afternoon, I take that one. This one has 90 milligrams of caffeine. Otherwise, they're the exact same. So I take both of them depending on what time I go to work out.
I tried your Red Lobster mug biscuits. Super good. Eating one now. Yeah, those are really good. I haven't had one in a while.
Take over.
Any plans to release a physical copy of the Fat Bomb Cookbook? No, I think.
It prints off really well though.
Yeah, but ebook is the route we're going with a lot of books like that. We're gonna do a Crock-Pot one as well. Crock-Pot.
What happened to the cat? Well, we almost thought she ran out the other day when there were people fixing our air conditioner. Turned out she was just hiding.
Thank God.
But she's fine. She's doing better. She comes out and like hangs with us a lot more these days. She got used to the house.
Yeah, she'll come out at night a lot, and then like I'll feel her on our bed when we're all sleeping. Okay, so I have zucchini here. I'm gonna add it to a large bowl. So it's really like soggy and wet, And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like drain some of the liquid out just by like squeezing it in the bowl and then pouring out the water in the sink. And so you don't want it like this liquidy because then that'll just make the muffins really just like soggy and they won't like bind together as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna do. So you can see like all the water coming out. I don't know if you can see well. Should I pour it into like a bowl to show them?
Sure. That's what they do on TV.
Yeah, that is what they do on TV.
Like this one here?
Sure.
Did you ever think you would be this big when you started Keto Connect? No, not at all. I thought maybe we would get to like a...
Maybe we would just have a nice food blog.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we would still make a living just maybe off a food blog at some point in the future, like 2-4 years down the road. That was the idea. But YouTube for sure exceeded our expectations. I don't know what it is either. Why do people like us?
We're young and hip.
Is that it?
I don't know. What?
That guy looks like a budget Mark Zuckerberg.
But he is a budget person.
I'm very budget minded. Who's the lady with the green cap on? Oh, that's me. Matt looks way better than Zuck.
I see the resemblance.
Alan Root, $10 donation. Hello. No question, just a hello. Thank you.
Alan's always the bomb.
Cheesecloth is awesome for this. Yeah, I do think. Do we have some of that, or did we?
Yeah, but not everyone has a cheesecloth. But yeah, a cheesecloth is a great option. I didn't have a cheesecloth when I first made these, so I'm just going old school, guys. These in my hand.
Is it okay to add artificial sweetener to my coffee? I think so. It depends on what kind. I would be careful of certain ones. Like if you're using Splenda in excess, that's probably not the best just because of the maltodextrin or dextrose, whatever they have in there. And like Equal, I don't even know what that is, but I would try just getting like some stevia, maybe erythritol, monk fruit, and use that for your coffee instead, natural sweeteners. I watched all of your videos as a marathon on my smart TV last week. I wonder what the runtime of all of our videos are now.
We appreciate that. Okay, so here's the water that came off the zucchini. This is probably what, like a third cup?
Yeah.
A third cup of liquid just came off, and we're just gonna toss that, like no need to keep that. So now I have my dried zucchini, or pretty dried, in the bowl. And we just gotta add the rest of the ingredients, guys. It's pretty simple.
I love you all because of your energy life force and your great chemistry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have high fiber recipe using oat fiber? Yeah, search on Google Keto Connect high fiber muffins. That's my favorite recipe we have using oat fiber.
I agree.
Or protein cakes also use it, right?
Yes.
Those are our two favorites. Oh, thanks guys. A lot of people saying why they like us. We appreciate it. What area of Atlanta did you guys move to? I don't know if we want to fully disclose. Suburbs though, right?
The boobs, yeah.
The bird.
So I'm just gonna add everything in, and I'm gonna mix it with a fork, to be honest. You don't have to get like crazy. It's pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna add in the, how should I go about this?
What are you doing?
Add the eggs first? Yeah. I don't remember the exact order, but I think it eventually just comes together. So I'm gonna add in the eggs, and then I'm gonna whisk it with a fork, combine it all.
Mega, what's the cheese book you have? I want to buy it. I think it's.
I have 2 cheese books, but that one is like,
The best one, right?
yeah, the other one's pretty good if you're not like into like heavy reading. Grab the other one too.
Where's that?
So now I'm just mixing my egg and my zucchini mixture with a fork.
So the one that's more for like picture people and not hardcore readers is the World Cheese Book.
Yeah, that one's fun if you're like actually tasting a bunch of cheese. You want to quickly look something up. It tells you about pairings, but then the like really heavy
I love
one,
this one a lot too.
Yeah.
Mega's been actually like reading it like for homework basically.
it's fun.
But I like when we get new cheeses, I do like to look in here and read a little bit about them just to kind of see the process that's used to make them and how it differs from others.
Now I'm just cutting up my pepperoni. I'm like doing like little diced squares. You can do whatever size you want, but small, so it like all incorporates pretty evenly.
Are you donating to someone today? No, we haven't picked one yet. It's been kind of hectic around here. We haven't had a lot of free time. Maybe I'll think of a good one.
It's
for
like
next
hard to
time.
think of a charity off the top of your head.
And then I like to do a little research and make sure that they're actually donating a good percentage of the donations and it gets to the places. Like it's a whole research project finding a good charity.
Now I'm gonna add in all the pepperoni.
Do you guys take daily vitamins, supplements? I don't take vitamins. I take
Cod liver oil.
I take cod liver oil. I take vitamin D. So I guess I don't take a multivitamin. I take cod liver oil, vitamin D, and then I take, what do I take? Creatine and magnesium at night.
Okay, now that that's in, I'm gonna add in, so half a cup of cheese in total, and whatever cheese you have on hand. We do have cheddar and mozzarella, so I'm gonna do half a cup of each.
What's your favorite seasoning / cuisine?
For me, it's Indian.
What's your favorite seasoning?
Probably like a taco seasoning. What?
That's funny.
What's yours?
Seasoning lately has been rosemary. I've been adding it to everything. Cuisine?
Oh, you're saying like single seasoning?
No, it could be. That was a good answer by you too. Cuisine, I guess I really like. I don't know. Like I don't eat Italian food a lot, but I like French and Italian. Just like the pride they put in their like cheese, their wine, their olive oil, stuff like that. I think is cool. Just like been doing it for centuries.
Okay, I've got my cheese in. Now I'm gonna go with, I'll do all the seasonings first. So we're just doing oregano, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. You can do whatever seasonings you want. Whatever, you can add onion powder, you can add like paprika. What else goes in pizza?
Pizza?
Seasonings.
Like Italian seasoning, like oregano.
That's what I'm doing.
I like basil, but that's already in the pesto.
But you can add like dried basil or even fresh basil if you have that.
People like red pepper flakes in pizza too.
Red pepper flakes is a great option.
I love her eyes.
Thank you, that's so
Me
sweet.
too. She really has the eyes in the relationship. She always makes fun of my eyes.
I also have the nose, guys. Check out the nose.
I have the brain.
That's
Can I sub powder stevia for the drops when making the keto bread? Yeah, just put a little pinch in there. That'd be fine.
okay, and now I got my seasonings in, and before I add the last two ingredients, which is the coconut flour and the baking powder, I'm gonna stir in my pesto. So how many, should we do 2 tablespoons, 1 tablespoon? What are you thinking here?
Yeah, try not getting much of the liquid though. Get all the.
I know, that's what I'm gonna do.
Do like, yeah, 2 tablespoons.
We're gonna do 2 tablespoons of pesto, but again, sun-dried tomatoes, roasted red peppers. You can do like a pizza sauce. You can do cherry tomatoes.
What's a good pepperoni brand? Someone asked.
So we have the boar's head here, sandwich style pepperonis, which I really like.
Yeah, honestly, most pepperoni is gonna have dextrose in it.
Yeah.
This is no different. This has dextrose in it. So 5 slices, you're looking at 1 gram of carb. With most sausages, they're all gonna have dextrose. We buy those though. For like lunch meats though, we'll get what's the Applegate Naturals brand.
Yeah.
Those tend to not have any like added bulking agents.
Do you guys hear that bell? That's just Julius
Julius.
slamming his nose into his bell because he wants to go out.
Are you letting him out?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you avoid omega-6 fats? No, I don't avoid them, but I do. That's kind of why I supplement the cod liver oil because it has a huge amount of omega-3s. What does it have?
All right, guys. I'm sorry. Been ignoring Facebook.
So I take a tablespoon of this a day. That's 3,300 milligrams of omega-3s. So that's really going to balance out any kind of omega-6 consumption, unless you literally just like eat an entire bag full of trail mix.
What is the name brand of the black cherry drink? It's Zevia. We like to buy Zevia. You can really get it anywhere. What are your thoughts on exogenous ketones worth the price tag? No one's ever followed it up with that, which I like, because it can be really pricey. But I'm
Worth the price tag, and probably almost for everyone, no.
Yeah. But if you are going to invest, there are cheaper brands than others. So now I'm just mixing everything in, incorporating it before I add the last 2 ingredients. But you don't need them. If you want to experiment, Perfect Keto and Keto Logic are the 2 that, we would buy from if we were going to.
We don't have a promo code for Focal Force. I don't think they give those out. We can ask them though. How in the name of almond flour can you get cod liver oil to stay down? This one's lemon flavored. It tastes pretty good. I
Yeah.
don't mind it.
You can't taste it all. I highly recommend getting like the lemon flavor. It's really good. What are you making? We are making pizza zucchini muffins. Just look up ketoconnect.net zucchini muffins and you should find the recipe.
Matt, we want to see your pick on more thumbnails of your videos. It's funny that you've been noticing that because I do mostly put Mega on thumbnails because more people click on them. So she's pretty and she's a woman.
mean, a woman. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
You got to play the game sometimes.
Now I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon baking powder and 3 tablespoons of coconut flour.
Matt, you're wearing a lot of green. Hope you're not a Spartan fan. I am not. I'm actually a diehard U of M fan. Rouse pizza sauce is only 2 carbs per serving. Yeah, that's what we typically use.
There's a lot.
Yeah, Victoria, I think, is another brand. It's usually like half the price. It's 2 carbs per serving.
Just look at the ingredients. There's a lot that are lower carb. So I got my baking powder in. Now I'm doing my 3 tablespoons of coconut flour. When I'm like doing this but also talking, I always forget how many, but I kept track.
How many?
Well, I was just like counting it. So it's hard.
And you can add more coconut flour if yours is still liquidy, right?
Exactly. So now I'm gonna mix it and we'll see what the consistency looks like. We did have a pesto, so maybe, we need more coconut flour.
Have you tried actual cod livers? They're really great in cheesy scrambled eggs. No, I have not.
No.
See, I don't know where people buy all this stuff. Like, every time I go to the grocery store, I try finding.
Other countries have more.
Yeah, I try finding like unique cuts of meat, and all I really find is chicken livers almost all the time. Sometimes beef liver, but even that is tough to find. And lately, there's been like this big pack of beef kidneys at
Yeah,
the grocery store.
at
And I'm
Publix.
like, I want to try these things, but it's like a huge. It's really big, so I'm like, I'm probably not going to eat all that. I might not even like it, and I don't know.
So this is pretty dried out. I like the look of it. 3 is good for me, but don't be afraid to add a little more coconut flour. You're not going to ruin the muffins by any means. So now I'm going to get a muffin tin ready, and we will fill the muffins up.
Are your pets microchipped? Oh yeah, Miley is microchipped, right?
I think they both are.
Oh yeah, they both are. Okay, so we could get her back somehow.
Yeah, we would have forgotten about that.
When is the Casey rap going to be released?
I know. We just hit 400,000 today, and my immediate feeling was like, I feel guilty. Like we're 200,000.
Okay, at 500K, rap's going. I've worked on it a little bit, but Mega really hasn't.
Yeah, I have. Look at my
Yeah.
phone. I have lines
You have
written.
lines written?
Yeah.
Give me like a quick line.
No. No. Okay, so now I'm just lining my muffin tin. I think this makes like 7 or 8, so that's what I'm gonna go with. I can't get these apart.
What do you think of the 60-hour keto reboot? Is it any good? I mean, the name is the 60-hour keto reboot, so I would assume it's just a gimmicky thing, but I don't really know what it is. I guess I can Google it right now. 60-hour keto reboot.
That sounds pretty intense. What are you doing for 60 hours? Just fasting?
Oh, it's a prove it. It's a prove it campaign.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, I would say no. Oh my gosh, these guys are just gross to me.
So I would, if you're gonna use just normal paper muffin liners, I would definitely grease them. If you use parchment liners, which we have, and I love those, if you can find those, you don't have to grease those.
Yeah, so that's just a all-out marketing campaign. We have a couple of videos on Prove It and what we think of it. We have one where I impersonate a Prove It salesman.
People loved it.
No, people actually didn't like it that much.
Okay, sorry, Facebook. When are y'all gonna have a baby? Interested in watching a keto baby grow up on your show? Yeah, so I'm very interested in that, and that's gonna be a huge part of when I actually do get pregnant. I mean, I don't think it's that far away, right? We've been discussing it.
Yeah.
You guys will know as soon as we know, but will we be like, we're starting to have a baby, we're just like starting for
We're
pregnancy?
pregnant?
No.
I think just.
Well,
when
we
you
won't
get
be like, we're starting today.
I think it's weird when people are like, we're gonna start trying. I'm like,
I mean, apparently it
it's
takes
just
a
such a
long
personal
time.
statement though, like we're gonna start trying.
We share personal statements all the time.
I know, but that's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that could be too much. You guys can
We'll
tell
tell
us.
you when we get pregnant. I don't even like saying we get pregnant. We'll tell you when Mega's pregnant.
No, we. Because that's the thing. Like, I'm a big believer in the fact that Matt is gonna get like the ghost pregnancy, so he's gonna get just as fat as I am.
I told you I'm putting headphones on the baby and listening to Young Thug, the Barter 6 all the time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Haven't got to listen to all the podcasts, but thoughts on keto gains. So actually, when I first started doing keto, I was looking at keto gains a lot. I would say over the past few years, I like agree with their whole methodology less and less. Because when I went to their website last time, it was like,
All right, guys, real quickly. I'm gonna just use a cookie scooper. You can just use a spoon, though. I just happen to have one to fill these up, and they don't really rise. So fill them to your liking.
when I went to their website last time, it was recommending something like 40%
A crazy amount of
calories
protein.
from protein.
Yeah.
And then I made a joke, because actually, I'll let you guys in on it. I was like, their tagline is chase results, not ketones, because you're not going to get ketones when you're eating 40% calories from protein. So I would say that's like a little extreme, and there's no good comes from just like chomping on protein to excess. So I think maybe like Robert Keto Savage's approach is more what I'm in line with, which is higher calories from fat, but even like something in the middle seems reasonable. I just wouldn't go 40% calories from protein. But I mean, most of the guys that run keto gains are jacked, so they're doing something right.
Yeah. It's true.
I just came from Costco. They've got avocado dressing from Bolt House.
Do they use a good oil in that?
I don't know.
In Bolt House? I don't think they do. From my recollection. Okay. So I filled up, so I have these jumbo cups. I just realized they're like jumbo liners. So I made 6 instead of like 8.
These still aren't in the oven. I haven't been paying attention, but they should be in the oven.
Put them in the oven right now. Okay. So 20 to 25 minutes. I'm gonna keep an eye on them at 20.
Are you gonna put them on a tray?
Yes. You do the same.
Try to find sweetbreads from a Mexican grocery store. Yeah, I've been wanting to try sweetbreads for a long time. They were on a menu that we saw in Italy, I think, and I couldn't convince Mega to get them. It's like the pineal gland or something.
You just didn't want to.
You're right.
We got the octopus.
Thinking of using stevia to punch up homemade spaghetti sauce. I think that is a great idea. I put stevia on like meat rubs sometimes if I want to get more of like a teriyaki, like sweet and spicy flavor. I think it works well, but I'm like really accustomed to the taste of stevia at this point. What do you guys think about maca powder? I've messed around with it a little bit, never noticed much, but there seems to be some health benefits to it. If you are not doing a keto diet, will you show any ketones in your blood at all? Most of the time, no. There's certain circumstances where you could, like the example of Kenyan runners who are just eating all carbs, basically. They have ketones in their blood just because they're so active. If you do intermittent fasting and you're not doing keto, maybe you'll have ketones in your blood sometimes. But that's pretty much the only, and I think like type 1 diabetics, sometimes ketoacidosis, that's like, you don't want that. I tried Prove It once, did nothing for me. Here's the other thing about Prove It. They put 300 milligrams of caffeine in their supplement to make it seem like it's working. A lot of pre-workouts do that too. You take something, you want to feel it, right? So they put 300 milligrams of caffeine along with the ketones. So it does give the illusion that something's happening, but it's the illusion is what I would say. Thoughts on carnivore diet? I like doing it. Lately, what we've been doing is carnivore till 4. Mega's been adopting my, I don't know, I just kind of made it up. But you just eat like 0 carb till 4, and then at dinner you have veggies. That's what we've been doing lately. But overall, I think carnivore diet's good if you're like making an effort to get only the fatty cuts of meat. I would even say adding a little bit of fat to it. I don't like having the protein be so high. Carnivore till 4 approach.
We usually go to the gym.
We're back.
So that's why I like it. Did anyone hear what I said?
We just got disconnected for a minute, sorry.
And so just to reiterate, I just like saving veggies till after 4, like, because that'll be our dinner meal, because then it really fills me up, right? We get that volume and I don't feel deprived at night. You know, I'm not hungry before bed. And so I need that volume. And so it's just easier to save it till before bed.
Thoughts on arginine and lysine ratios on keto? I don't know much about that. I think that's some of the reason people supplement collagen, though. They're trying to get different amino acids. I'm not sure about that, though.
What's better, Splenda Zero Green or Splenda Zero Black?
I don't know.
I've never heard of either.
I don't know what those are.
Do you have a corned beef recipe? No, but we tried corned beef recently. Matt got some from Whole Foods, and I was not a fan.
What did I get?
Corned beef?
Oh, I thought you liked it.
No, I didn't eat it.
Oh.
You ate it all.
Which convenience products do you use, such as shredded cheese? Cheese, bacon bits?
Bacon bits for my, but I get the Welshire Farms from Whole Foods. Those are really good bacon bits. In my egg salad.
I use sardines.
Canned sardines and olive oil.
Sometimes nuts.
Is cheese convenience?
We don't use a whole lot of convenience foods, I would say.
No,
right?
I guess not. We use protein powder for mug cakes.
Protein powder, yeah.
Protein powder. That's probably the biggest one.
Have you guys tried fat snacks worth the price? Honestly, I'd say no. Not really worth the price.
I agree.
I would recommend instead of those getting like keto cookies better. Even like the Keto Geek energy pods, those are really good. If you go on our website, shop, and then the products we love, those are what we would say spend your money on. Siete brand tortillas. Yeah, I looked at those. They had them at the KetoCon actually. They're not really keto. I didn't eat them.
What if you don't have coconut flour for this recipe? You could probably use, do you have almond flour? I'm assuming you do. You could use that, but you're gonna need more. So like 3 times more. So that'll change the nutrition a lot. I would just eyeball it, like add, quarter cup, then maybe add a couple more tablespoons and mix it and see how it like comes together. You want like a nice consistency, not like too dry, but not like wet at all.
Mega, do you count calories on keto? I'm gonna pull in the lamb leg off the grill right now and show you guys.
Do you have a plain zucchini muffin recipe without meats? Yeah, I know. I was just gonna hit this one real quick. Yeah, you can just remove the meats from the zucchini muffin and then you got one. What was the question? Do you count
calories?
As of late, I have not been. I've been trying to be more intuitive, but we also have like a good routine going. So I'll have my bulletproof coffee in the morning. Then depending on when we go to the gym, I'll have my egg salad, which I have every single day, before the gym or after the gym. And then we do dinner around like 5. And that's always like a steak with some veggies, or today we'll be having a bunch of the lamb leg with some broccoli. So I don't really track because my bulletproof coffee and my egg salad stay consistent for the first half of the day. And I know the macros on that because I've just been eating the same thing. I enjoy it, so I don't get bored of it. And then dinner is the only variable, and that goes for both of us actually. So I just make sure I add a lot of fats to my veggies. I cook my meat in fat if I'm, not having the fattiest piece of meat. And we always do mug cakes at the end of the night. So that's some protein, some fat. And so, yeah, we kind of just eat the same thing because we really enjoy it and we have a routine down. So no, not tracking right now. But if I had specific goals, I would definitely track. Oh my God, here comes the lamb leg. Whoa, baby.
Check it out.
I want to bite into that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Look how big it is.
It smells delicious.
Can I see it? Look at that.
You guys can see it, right? I'm assuming you can. You don't like corned beef? No, I'm not a fan.
So it's 163 internal temperature right now. I'm gonna wrap it in tinfoil and put it in the oven until it gets up to 205, 210.
What was the temperature when you pulled it up?
163.
Oh, it got pretty high.
Yeah.
You want to put the meter in it?
Yeah. I can just put it in and it's good.
Oh no, turn my. Do you put sweetener in your bulletproof coffee like erythritol? No, we do not use erythritol. If we put sweetener, I'll use stevia or monk fruit.
I use stevia.
What are we bringing it to?
205.
Okay. These are the temperature options. Oh, I guess I can do that.
Julius is really going nuts out there. That's a sheep leg, not lamb.
No, it's a lamb. You gotta get it above
leg.
that.
Yeah. It's a lamb leg. Do you have a barbecue hickory sauce recipe? We have a barbecue sauce recipe, but we don't have like a hickory flavored one. But you can just use the hickory flavored liquid smoke in that one. That maybe could help a little bit. Can you recap the ingredients?
Yes, I can. You want to get this in?
Yeah.
The temp's dropping. No, it's increasing. Okay. The ingredients for this recipe. So preheat your oven 400 degrees. 1 medium zucchini. We used a grater, so you want to grate it down. And then you're going to squeeze out the liquid from the zucchini. 2 large eggs, half a cup of cheese. We used 5 large sandwich style pepperonis, but you can use like 8 smaller ones, whatever amount you want. 3 tablespoons coconut flour, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. And then we used pesto, but you could use roasted red peppers or sun-dried tomatoes, and then seasonings, whatever you want. So we used oregano, garlic powder, salt, pepper. But if you look up Keto Connect, pizza zucchini muffins, you'll find it. I should have just said that. I'm sorry, guys. Do you have a recommended pre-workout keto snack? We don't really do pre-workout keto snacks. We'll eat like I'll eat like, at most 1.5, 2 hours before a workout. Matt does like 3 hours before a workout, and he'll eat a meal. But we like to have a pretty empty stomach when going to the gym. You guys use Flavor God seasoning? No, we don't. But I did when I was in law school and I was not doing keto at all, but I was like doing a bodybuilder style eating program. So I was eating 6 meals a day, and I would use the Flavor God seasonings to really like make boring food really delicious. So they are good. Can you swap unflavored gelatin for beef gelatin in your recipes? Yes, you can. That's definitely possible. Is MCT oil powder or capsules as beneficial as the oil? Capsules, absolutely not. Well, I would say no to both. Personally, just thinking about it, the oil is going to be better, and you're going to need less of it for the amount of fat. So 1 tablespoon is 14 grams of fat versus just 1 scoop of MCT oil powder is 7 grams, but also it's 2 carbs, I think, and like 2 fibers, so you're getting that addition. And it has some protein, I think, like 1 to 2 protein.
What, MCT powder?
Powder
No,
versus
I don't think it
oil?
has any protein.
I have to look.
You want to check? I'll
I
check.
do not know. Okay.
Have you ever been right on one of these things against me?
He's always trying to challenge me.
Take a look.
It says 1 gram.
It says 0 grams.
It says
Do you have a post-workout shake? And if so, do you use whey protein? No, we don't do pre-workout, post-workout. I guess I do the pre-workout, like I was saying.
Sanctus Nutrition.
Yeah, just like an actual pre-workout supplement. But post-workout, no. I don't think there is, like the anabolic window, all of that stuff. I think it's been pretty thoroughly debunked. You just want to eat your food on the day when you're hungry, whatever best suits like your lifestyle, your workouts. Sometimes I'll do a post-workout. I don't really do protein shakes ever, but sometimes I make a mud cake and I consider that to be like a protein shake.
I do love me a protein shake. I remember drinking those. Those are my favorite. You know what my favorite are? We talked about this too when we're at the gym or in Philly, our old gym. Like people would have like a hard workout, they've been there lifted for an hour, and then they like hit up the shake bar
Yeah.
and they get like a crazy workout, like post-workout shake, and they've earned it. And it's so funny. It's just a bunch of carbs and sugar.
Why do you prefer stevia instead of erythritol in your bulletproof coffee? I just think limiting erythritol is something I try to do because it's much more taxing and it's just like impactful on your body. Like the digestion in excess, it happens. Stevia is just like much lower impact.
Also, erythritol is like technically counted as carbs, right? So if you're doing total carbs, that would add to it. Stevia is just a liquid.
I mean, we've thoroughly tested using
Both.
erythritol though, and it's 100% fine, at least for us, and I think for most people. It has zero impact on blood glucose or anything like that.
I love my heavy cream in coffee, but I'm concerned that it causes an insulin spike during my intermittent fast time. Does heavy cream affect insulin, and how much is too much?
I think any kind of calories in your coffee
Can impact.
it's not going to be like a crazy insulin spike, but is insulin what dictates the end of a fast? I don't think so. Like learning more about intermittent fasting, your body actually having to process foods you're giving it is what ends the
Fasting period.
yeah, I've been listening to Sachin Panda on this a lot. I've been saying this a lot, but check out his videos. Basically, he's really into the circadian rhythm, and anything you do affects your circadian rhythm. So, like, if you take a Tylenol PM at 11 p.m. at night, your liver has to process that. That resets the circadian rhythm. It's just like your body's used to being more awake at 11 because it's doing stuff. So he says stop eating 4 hours before bed. Everything breaks a fast. Coffee breaks a fast. Everything outside of water.
And that's his take on
That's
it.
his take. So like use that any way you see fit. Like most people aren't going to not drink coffee in the morning.
And heavy cream does add up though, fasting aside. So just be cautious of that. Like if you're drinking like a half a cup of heavy cream in the morning with your coffees, that's a bit much because that's, what is that? 4 carbs right there, right?
How many tablespoons?
8 tablespoons.
Yeah. Tips on post-workout recovery, like do you guys use BCAAs or thoughts of it on blood sugar? Just start working out at the gym here and mixed reviews on BCAAs. I don't think you need BCAAs. BCAAs come in handy, in my opinion, like if they don't really ever come in handy, honestly. A lot of new studies show that essential amino acids are better than BCAAs, so if you want like an amino acid supplement, you probably want that. But if you're just getting protein in on the day, I don't think there's a huge need to just be like constantly supplementing with BCAAs. Although in the past I've taken leucine. Leucine seems to be pretty important. It's one of the BCAAs. But if you get 3 grams, it stimulates muscle protein synthesis. So maybe supplementing with that makes sense, but I don't know.
They do come in handy though if you're marketing them, which a lot of people do. Like selling
BCAAs?
them. Yeah. Like PE Science, this is my swipe up for a discount. Splenda Zero Liquid, they're new. The black one has sucralose and the green one has stevia leaf extract. Are they both safe for keto? Yeah, technically safe for keto if that's all they really use. Sucralose isn't gonna mess with that, but I probably just use the stevia one.
Dr. Berg is saving the world one keto at a time. LOL, love him. Intermittent fasting, major benefits. Yeah, so the way Dr. Berg says intermittent fasting works is to have coffee in the morning, I believe. So you can definitely get black coffee.
Yeah.
You can definitely get contrasting viewpoints from people. But yeah, Dr. Berg's the best.
Do what feels most natural and comfortable to you. Like I see a lot of people on IG doing fast and they're like drinking chicken broth because they're in like a 72-hour fast, 96-hour fast. And like if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing, right? Like however you feel about it is gonna be the result.
Brisket is so much moolah. Brisket's not really that expensive, is it? I think we got a manager's special. It was like 4 pounds for $17. So what is that, like $4 a pound, $4.50 a pound? That's pretty cheap. When you're talking like ribeyes, those are like $15 to $20 a pound. $2.99 a pound at Costco, someone says. Yeah, Costco has good deals on meats for sure. Please ban that guy being vulgar. Yeah, we don't really ban people unless it's just where you can't get a word out. Cheat meal after 2 months of ketosis. What to do? Just
Move
to go
on.
back to start eating keto foods.
Yeah.
How stinky are your farts on erythritol?
They're not that stinky because I think it's just gas. It's not like I ate really bad curry fish. I don't know what smells bad.
Do you have a better kale shake recipe than Dr. Berg? I don't really know Dr. Oh, wait, yeah, he does like kale, parsley. I kind of stole his recipe, and then Rhonda Patrick has a recipe that I use. It's like a mixture of those two.
I'm a supermarket bakery manager, and I feel like I'm feeding the public poison. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be rough, but you also got to support your family.
Magnesium supplement pills, how many milligrams? That's something that you maybe need to personally experiment with. I think like 200 to 400 is pretty good range. I usually do 400. Anyone know how healthy or not the cauliflower pizza at Bertucci's is?
Probably not healthy.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to look at the ingredients, look at the label. Is Bertucci's
Restaurant.
It's a restaurant?
It's like, yeah. I can't even think of one like that.
Diet breaks. Can y'all address this?
I think they could be beneficial. So like, for example, we did the 90-day DSK protocol, and coming off of that, I don't think it would have been smart for our bodies to go right into another cut or, you know, like another cut. So having a break there was just normalizing and then like focusing on putting on muscle. So like eating more calories, letting our bodies like get fueled and feel really good and not be at such a deficit. And I think it's also proven, or like there have been studies. I watched Jeff Nippard's video, so he has one on diet breaks, and he talks about how a group of people go through like 16 weeks with and without, and like the end result is like they both, you know, have just as much success. And one of the groups had like a halfway mark, week-long just diet break.
Well, the term diet break, it's like going from a state of calorie deficit to calorie surplus for a day. It's not necessarily like if you're doing a keto diet lifestyle, you don't need a diet break from that because you're eating adequate calories. You just need diet breaks. I don't even know if you need them, but diet breaks are when you're doing a long-term calorie deficit.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really apply to like us doing a keto diet for years.
Yeah, that's probably what they were asking, and I totally took that the other way.
Bought ribeye by the case at Costco. 83 pounds.
Muffins.
Muffins are done.
Julius.
Julius, come on. We got.
Call him over.
We
Let
got
me get up your lap. People want to see.
Julius up. Julius up.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
Here's Julius.
You guys love them. Should I leave it at 400?
No, put it to 300. Walmart has great value stevia. It's actually good. Yeah, so I think the Walmart is more diluted, so you need more of it, right? When we have our recipes and we say like 20 or 30 drops, that's a really concentrated kind of stevia.
These are out and looking good. They smell delicious.
Oh yeah.
So that was 20 minutes exactly. That was good. Our oven runs pretty hot though, so like maybe yours needs closer to 22, closer to 25. So you'll know if yours are done. They look a little browned, and they feel really like firm. So we'll try these in a second. Oh my God, it smells like pizza. I love pizza. What's your opinion on Advocare Spark? Have you heard of that, Matthew?
What is it?
Advocare Spark.
Advocare Spark. I don't know what that is.
Okay, we've never heard of it. Sorry.
Should I look it up though?
Sure.
What's going on Facebook?
That's what someone just asked on Facebook.
Oh. Advocare Spark. Oh, so it's like an energy supplement, vitamin and amino acid supplement. It delivers energy and enhanced mental focus within 20 minutes.
With 20 vitamins. Minerals and
Uh,
nutrients. Look at the ingredients.
Yeah, I would just check out the ingredients. So this is not super different from like a 5-hour energy. It's a B vitamin complex. But they put L-tyrosine, taurine, caffeine. I would never buy this personally. It's basically just like a 5 hour energy with caffeine, because I don't think 5 hour energy has caffeine, does it? Or it has like 80 milligrams or something.
It must have caffeine. I can't imagine what would be the energy.
I wouldn't buy it. But if you like them, it doesn't seem like there's anything alarming as far as keto goes.
Ooh, these are hot. I think I'm just gonna like fork it out for us.
Yeah, someone's dog likes Julius a lot, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. Whenever, do you remember the person who sent us the picture of her dog watching Julius?
Oh yeah, that was so cute.
She's
Please send
watching
us your
right
dog
now, I
pictures.
think. Look, here's Julius.
There's Chickmini! Bark for us. I wish he barked on command. That'd be cute.
Is there a pasta? I heard of a mushroom type one, but I haven't found it. I think you're talking about shirataki. It's not mushroom, but it sounds like mushroom, right? It's actually like a soy-based product. There's miracle rice and there's shirataki noodles. Both of those are good options for
Yeah.
pasta. And then isn't there a new one you tried too?
Yeah, noodles. N-E-W. They weren't any different.
Have you guys ever tried Virgil's root beer with vanilla halo top to make a root beer float? No, but I've tried both of those individually. I like Virgil's root beer.
Should we try these?
Yeah.
So I didn't grease the paper. I didn't know if it was parchment or not. So it stuck to the sides. Hopefully you greased. I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna.
I think Advocare is multi-level marketing. Seems like it probably is.
Put that there.
Thomas DeLauer recommends lean cuts of meat if you are eating non-grass fed because the omega-6 are so high in the fat. Yeah, they're not though. They're not high at all. The omegas in beef is inconsequential. It's like 80 milligrams per serving, when like a serving of salmon has 1 to 2,000 milligrams. So people selling you grass-fed beef based on the omega ratio is just, they're salesmen.
Okay. What brand of monk fruit? We use Lakanto. Okay, I'm gonna try this. And then there's a DSK question, looks like.
I'm doing deeper state keto and I'm down 50 grams protein and 130 carbs, and it's tough staying at 50 grams on the protein. Thinking about it's time to start taking macros back up. Still have weight to lose. I guess. Have you been following
Are
the
you done with the
progression?
course then?
Yeah, I guess I need to know like how long you've been doing it. It seems like you're getting towards the end. So yeah, because I know it started about 90 days ago now.
Yeah.
So I do think it is time. Just there's the offboarding process.
Where you'll taper your protein and your fats up and your calories will naturally adjust. I just tried the muffin. It's super delicious. Ooh, I forgot we put the pesto in there. The pesto is really
That's
good.
good.
Yeah.
Is there a keto ice cream company here in Florida in development? Some kind of avocado type thing? I like that you think we would know that, but now we don't know. When you're doing keto to lose weight, is it true you don't have to eat as much fat? P.S. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
No, it's true that you don't have to eat as much calories. You have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. So in most equations, if you have your protein like kind of figured out, your carbs are really low, so they don't really count for much. Then the only real variable in that equation is fat. So yeah, cutting calories, cutting fat, same thing really. But I would just make sure you're kind of still doing a keto ratio as opposed to just like eating a lot of protein, which maybe that statement kind of makes me think you're doing. I would do still like a high fat diet, but you have to bring the total calories down a little.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Berg is coming out with his own ice cream called Kebbies.
Yeah, he came out with it. We tried it on our review video.
Should we call it soon?
Yeah,
That's
we're
it.
in the hour. Do you want to try them or? They're really good.
We'll try. Are they good with the pesto?
Yeah, I really like the pesto.
Have you tried Killer Whey? We tried them at KetoCon. They're really good.
We have a bunch in our freezer right now, actually.
He's stuck.
I know. That's what I used it for. I'm sorry. It's really hot. Yeah.
Anyone make these at home when they're done?
Yeah, let us know if you tried them. Do you think flax milk with protein or the one without? We do the one without. It's up to you. Do you want to get protein in your flax milk? And is it even like, I don't know
Flax milk?
what kind of protein it is.
I don't know. There's one that has pea protein in it, I think.
So that's what you're talking about. We just get it without. What do you think about the muffins?
Muffins are good.
It's a
Pesto?
success.
I think I like them better with the
Sun-dried tomatoes.
sun-dried tomatoes. Yeah.
I like the pesto because it ups the fat. All right, guys.
That's it. We'll be back next Sunday. We got a few Sundays in a row here where we'll be back. So
Yes.
I'll try figuring the camera thing out. Seems like it's kind of